Let me regale you folks with a little tale about the old star control. You see, back in the day, you didn't have internets and all those fancy games. You had, a console, a few cartridges, and that's what you played. And if you couldn't buy games, you played what anyone else bought. And my dad would find these weird strategy games, like anything he could find that was like a puzzle or strategy, some kind of role-playing. He would snap that up, and he found this oddball that not too many people I know have actually played, let alone heard of this.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Neon Trash. Tonight we are doing movie and video game night. The movie that we're going to be watching is a film from back in the day called Spacehunter. But more on that later, because we're going to be kicking things off with the video game. Johnny Boy, what have you brought tonight?
I brought Star Control, the first 12 megabit game for the Sega Genesis. And this is one of those wacky ballistic releases. They also did Turrican. They also did a Mike Ditka football. They had 6 or 8 at least. And they always came in this actually nice cardboard box. I gotta say, if you're gonna do a cardboard box, this is the way to do it right here.
So without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video game review. Don't go anywhere, motherfuckers.
So that is Star Control in a nutshell. I absolutely love this game. And it's not to say it's not without its flaws, because it is. It's neat that each ship gets its own little victory song. But other than that, there's really not much music to this, and kind of sucks, honestly. It really does when it comes down to it, especially when you get, not that it's a shooter per se, but there's so many other shoot alien ship shooting type games with amazing soundtracks, Thunder Forces, etc.
I gotta agree, John. I remember when you got this copy here, we did kind of a preliminary play a while back on this, and I gotta be blunt, this was definitely not one of the Sega games that I rented back in the day. But in terms of sci-fi games, I was more into bullet hell. And we're talking about soundtracks and how this one kind of was lackluster. One of the finest video game soundtracks in terms of spaceships has to be Darius Gaiden. That one, superb. But with this right here, I feel like the dynamic was really the gameplay. If you're into strategy, if you're into a little more thought put behind your actions, that's what this game is all about. And I gotta admit, when you first look at this game, it looks complicated, it looks old school, and it might be off-putting to you as a passerby. But if you're like us, old school gamers, and you want to give this a chance, this game is worth your time. I'm going 6.5, 7 out of 10, and that's with room to grow, because honestly guys, I would love to revisit the
you
old
will
Star
find,
Control.
You will find something about this that you're like, you know what, that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know, you will find one of the ships. You'll just be like, dude, this ship is great, and you will
Stick with it.
yeah. It's a ton of fun, and it's great. You know, it's an old school get together with your buddies and just like, you know, do a battle royale. You know, do a versus mode, and everybody just, you know, you get one of each ship and you go until the last guy falls. You know, it's fun.
You can turn it into a drinking game. You can turn
my
it into
gosh.
just party night like this game.
You know,
It's got it all.
the only limit is your imagination.
Corny as fuck. With that being said, we are moving on to tonight's movie review. We're flying in blind, guys. You guys know this routine. Check out that motherfucking trailer. Peep that shit. And we'll get back. You guys are going to know our opinions on Spacehunter. Terrible title.
In 2 weeks, Columbia Pictures will present 3D as you've never seen it before. The first quality 3D film backed by a major studio. The first to use a new state-of-the-art 3D process. This is Spacehunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. It's the story of 3 unlikely heroes. Their destination, the Forbidden Zone. Their mission, save 3 stranded women.
I like her.
Their chances, 1 in a million.
I'll take that bet.
Columbia Pictures presents Outer Space as you've never seen it before. The ultimate 3D experience.
Can't anything be simple anymore?
Spacehunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. In 3D, the first movie that puts you in outer space. Rated PG. Coming soon to a theater near you.
So much of it is actually pretty freaking good.
That was the surprise.
Exactly. You've got Star Wars vibes, you got Superman vibes, you've got everything from the early 1980s just kind of shoehorned into one singular experience. Great actors, you've got great special effects, you've got awesome costume design, you've got a plot that kind of meanders here or there, but for the most part, I mean, it doesn't overstep its boundaries. It knows what it's doing. It knows what the audience is going for, and it wants to succeed at that. I'm going with 6, flat 6.
Flat 6.
Flat 6.
Really? I gotta disagree on that a little, honestly. Like, I thought this was kind of a hidden gem, really. Like, yeah, it's obviously drawing on the success of some sci-fi and fantasy adventure type movies, Superman, Star Wars, little Raiders of the Lost Ark-ish, little Mad Max-ish. Like, it definitely was trying to capitalize on the most popular films at the time, but like, it wasn't like a direct rip-off of any single one of them. I was fairly entertained by this. So like,
Me too.
And you know, if you're looking for, you know, something 80s, or you're looking for maybe a Molly Ringwald film you haven't seen, or, you know, you're looking for, you know, just something that didn't really, I don't know, get that pop. Like, I've never heard of this. Like, I don't even recall this ever coming across, like, you know, USA Up All Night, or like, you know, late night 90s cable TV. Like, I've somehow never seen this before, you know, and it was, I don't know, it was fun for me. Like, for a star count, I'm gonna give this a good 7.5, like almost an 8.
Oh my!
It surprised me with how good it really was. And like, dude, I mean, the sets and like some of like the cinematic like artistry of like some of the backgrounds they did, the tech they were using with blue screen and like multi-screen, like, it really, it worked for me.
Definitely check out the old Spacehunter. I hope we've been informative, guys. Until the next time, tune in to Neon Trash.
Trash.
Good night, folks. Bing.